Hi guys, my name is Ryan, and today I'm going to be teaching you some knots. I'm going to be teaching you 4 different knots today. We're going to go over the names of them, and then I'm going to go step by step into how to tie them, and then we're going to talk about some practical uses for them. The knots will get progressively more difficult as we go on, so we're going to start first with the easiest knot. The first knot we're going to do is called the square knot. So you're going to start with both ends of the rope like this. You're going to take the right end, put it over the left end, and then go ahead and tuck it under, just like that. And then that right piece is now going to be your left piece. And that left piece is going to go over the right piece and then tuck back down under. And then you're going to pull all 4 at the same time, just like that. All right. Now, you should know that this is the square knot because it kind of looks like a little square right there. But also, you should be able to loosen the knot just by pushing all 4 together like that and then tightening the knot. If you can't do that, then that means you messed up somewhere. And the square knot is used mainly for combining or tying together 2 ropes of different widths or maybe different materials. And because when you pull on the 2 ropes, they just continuously tighten on themselves. All right, so now we're going to move on to our second knot. And our second knot is going to be the figure 8 knot. So we're going to start with just one end of the rope. We're going to go ahead and make a bend in the rope like that. And then we're going to twist to the left once, twist to the left twice. Then we're going to take that tail that's right there and go ahead and stick it through the loop and through the back. And then we're going to pull like that. All right. And see, as you can see, it makes a little figure 8, hence why it's named the figure 8 knot. And this knot is pretty much used for climbing. So climbers, they will tie this at the end of, they'll put the rope through their harness and through their belay device, and then they will tie a figure 8 knot on it, and they'll take the other end of the rope and feed it through the figure 8 knot, exactly the same, like following the route, so that way it creates a double figure 8 knot, and it will tighten on itself and prevent the climber from falling. Okay, so now we're going to go into our third knot, which is going to be the bowline. And now the bowline, you're going to take one end of the rope, you're going to go ahead and twist it to make a loop and make sure the tail is sticking up. You also want to make sure that you did it behind this, so this rope that's going down is in front and the rope that's going up is in the back. And you're going to go ahead and pinch that right there like that. Then you're going to take the other end of the rope and you're going to stick it through the back of the hole. Now, what they say is that the bunny rabbit comes out of its hole, goes around the tree, and back down inside of his hole. So you're basically just taking the rope through the back of the loop, going around the tail that's sticking up, and then back into the hole. And so you're going to grab the 2 pieces that are now through the loop, and you're going to grab the tail at the same time, and you're going to pull all 3 at the same time. So it should look like a little life jacket, and then you should have a big loop right here. The uses for this knot are for self-rescue and also rescues by search and rescue. So they use this knot when, let's say, for example, somebody falls off a cliff and they're hanging onto a ledge. They will tie one of these, obviously, with a bigger piece of rope, and it'll create a much larger hole. But then the person will put it around their body and underneath their arms, so that way they can go ahead and lift them up this cliffside. But you can also use this knot for self-rescue. Let's say you fall off the ledge and your friend doesn't know how to tie it. They can lower the rope down to you, and you can actually tie this one-handed around your waist. So if you have to hold onto the cliff with one hand and tie this at the same time, you are able to do that, and you would tie it just exactly the same way. All right, so now we're going to go into our 4th and final knot. This one is definitely the most difficult, and it is known as the sheep shank. So the sheep shank, what we're going to do is we're going to take one end of the rope and we're going to make a little loop, just like that, like a ribbon shape. Then we're going to follow the rope out a little bit and make a bend in the rope. We're not going to loop it, just make a bend, and then you're going to stick that bend through the loop right there. and we're going to go ahead and put our finger over that so we hold these two pieces together and those two onto that rope right there, just like that. So your thumb is now holding all of that. Should have a little loop right there, a loop right there, and a loop right there. Okay, so now we're going to go follow the rope out a little more, and we're going to spin it backwards to make another loop like that. And then we're going to take this loop and twist it this way and put it over that loop right there that we made. And then that loop is going to come together with that other loop we've been holding with our thumb, and you're going to hold those two together with your thumb. I know it looks jumbled, but if you just follow along, you should be able to do it. And then this rope that looks loose right here, you're going to go ahead and tighten that down. And then you're going to let go of that one loop because it should be secure by what you tighten down. And you do the exact same thing with the other one. So you're going to go ahead and pull that one down, and it's going to tighten on itself. So it's basically just the rope is wrapped around the loops, and it's just pulling together. And this is pretty much for the only purpose of shortening rope. So let's say you have a bunch of rope and you don't want it leaving slack on the ground, a tripping hazard, or you just don't want it getting all jumbled up. You tie a sheep shank on the end of it, and it shortens the length of the rope. Now this is a very small one, but you can do this with a very large rope, and it's pretty effective. Okay, thank you so much for watching.